Welcome to Burbank, everybody. All right, you guys know if you have questions, go to the mics, and then I'll be back in a little bit. Enjoy your time.
We're gonna miss you.
Miss you too. Lots of love. All right, enjoy it, everybody. Welcome.
What's happening? I love your hair.
Hi Jennifer, hi Colin. First Jennifer, I want to say I thought you were amazing in House.
Thank you.
And I'm just wondering if, for both you guys, what is your favorite like romantic drama movie? And if it's the same answer, like who also would you want to play?
What romantic movies do we love?
Yeah, like what's your favorite romantic drama and like who you want to play?
I like Love Actually. Love Actually.
Who would you play?
Yeah, well, maybe I'll be Prime Minister, I reckon.
Yes.
That would be great.
I like when Harry met Sally. I love you, Sally.
Thanks guys.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm J-Lo Styles.
Hi, J-Lo Styles. Man, you are so on it. You really are. I don't know what you do for a living, but you're really good at J-Lo Styles.
Okay, well, first I like a lot your dress, your worry. And I have a question for you. Which are the directors that have influenced you more in your directing style?
There's several directors that I feel like are really influential in my style. I sort of half joke and half mean it when I say it. If the Coen brothers, Hal Ashby, and Wes Anderson could make a movie baby, that's what I'm aiming for. I really do love the Colin brothers. I think there's something just absolutely spectacular about the craftsmanship of their work, and I always have a really strong response to their visual style. I also kind of like the morality that they infuse their filmmaking with. There seems to be kind of a bit extreme, I guess, of like, you know, if you do something bad, you're punished for it, but there's something kind of interesting about the morality of the films. I like the fun and the whimsy of the Wes Anderson films and like the specificity of how kind of bizarre and unique his characters are. I definitely relate to that in some way. And then Hal Ashby, Harold and Maude has always been one of my favorite films, and that was kind of my way into enjoying his films, and he always explores sort of, I don't know, interesting themes of humanity and what it means to be a person and feel like an outsider and how to try to feel like you belong in some way, and kind of explores that over and over again in his films, and I definitely respond to that. So I'd say those are three of the strongest influences.
Good use of the word specificity.
Specificity. Did I come with spitting that out?
No, you got
I got it right? Okay, thanks.
Hi, love you both so much. What do you guys think the name of the Captain Swan baby will be?
The name?
Yes.
Do we know if it's a boy or a girl?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why I feel like it's a girl. I don't know this. I'm just making it up. Shoot, that it's a girl.
Alright, well let's go with that.
I've never had to name a baby. I don't know. It feels like a lot of pressure. And like if I say something and it's not what the writers decide on someday, it's gonna start a thing.
What about Emma Jr.?
I'm a junior for you. I'm a light. Alina. And Lolita. Is that like little Emma? We're gonna go with that.
Awesome, thank you.
Hi, I'm Sarah. My question is for Jen. I've recently learned about your work with migraine, and I personally suffered with migraines for the past 2 years. They've been so debilitating. vulnerable to so many common triggers, flashing lights, loud noises, etc. How do you handle your migraines when they come about, and what advice do you have for someone who also deals with such severe migraines?
Yeah, it's a really tricky thing because there's not a great solution. I wish I had a really great answer for you. My migraines are typically ocular migraines, which means they're not as painful as like a traditional migraine. It's more that I can't focus my eyes, which, you know, obviously is a problem in terms of reading or something like that. But for the most part on set, when it's happened to me on set, I know my lines. So it's more about just not being able to actually focus on the person in front of me, and they last 20 to 30 minutes. I do usually feel like if I can lay down in a dark place and sort of close my eyes for those 20, 30 minutes, it will pass faster, because sometimes it does then turn into a painful migraine after if I don't do that. I've had times where, you know, I feel nauseous from it, and you just figure it out. It sucks, and you just keep going. I've been lucky in the sense that the times I've had really painful ones, I wasn't working, so I was able to lay on the shower floor or, you know, wait out the day. And I don't have a great answer, I'm so sorry. I mean, I know that there's more and more research that they're doing, and they're kind of like narrowing down certain things genetically that can potentially help in the future. There's, you know, there's certain medications that they put certain people on, especially if it is a nausea kind of thing. My migraines haven't taken me down that path, so I wouldn't be able to give you that advice, but I would go to the Board of Migraine page and check out the doctors that they refer, and see if there's any of the new research or any of the new products that are out there that you can ask your doctor about. But I feel like it's a good page for resources for that, so I would kind of scour that page and then go with the more educated questions for your own doctor and see if they can help you. But I'm sorry, I mean, it really isn't something that has a solution yet.
Good morning, my name is Michelle. I wanted to ask Jen about the project you're working on.
I can't imagine why you'd ask about that. I'm so excited to talk about payroll. I'm sorry, Colin, this is going to be long-winded. I'm just warning you right now.
I'm used to it.
This is something I'm so thrilled to be able to talk about finally. It's been something that's been in the works for a long time, and I was not, you know, for privacy reasons, you know, certain companies want to not talk about things too quickly. So there's several things I want to clear up. A, it is not a TV movie. I don't know why IMDb says that. It is an anthology of short films that have been developed by Zasha Mamet and her husband Evan Jonikite with Refinery 29. The reason it's called Fabled is not because it's a fairy tale. It is not. It was based on the research they did that they kind of looked through all these dissertations and all these things about stories, and they found that, like, crazy statistics, like 92% of women, when they're described in storybooks or fairy tales, are described physically and not mentally or emotionally or intellectually. And when they are described physically, if they're submissive, they're described as beautiful and they do well in the end. And if they're at all cunning and smart and ambitious, they're described as evil and they die in the end. It's a really terrible sort of subconscious thing to be putting in the psyche of young children. So they started from that place, and they started building these stories where women would self-actualize through their own agency or through the support of other women. So the 4 stories that we have so far, the first story is about a young girl who finds herself attracted to another girl for the first time in high school. She lives in a small town, and sort of her journey of figuring out her sexuality. Second story is a very internal story about a transgender woman and her conversation within herself of coming to terms with her true self and how she wants to live as her true self. The third story is a friendship love story between 2 girls who've always been treated like there was something wrong with them because they didn't see the world the way other people did, and when they find each other, their support of each other and their friendship is what helps them blossom and overcome the obstacles in their life. And the fourth story is an untraditional mother-daughter story where it's a woman who's never had a child, and a child who runs away. She sort of finds the mother that she needs in this woman. This woman finds the child she didn't realize she needed as well in her. So those are the 4 stories so far. We've shot 2 of them in post, those 2 pieces. We're in the process of trying to raise the money for the other 2. And there's potential for it to turn into much more than 4 stories. It could be 8 or 10 stories. It kind of depends on where it lands. If a bigger company buys it and they want to continue it, or if we end up just doing those 4. But that's what it is. It's an anthology of short stories. It is not actually, like, it's not like a takeoff on Once Upon a Time. It is nothing to do with Once Upon a Time. It was just that the research that sort of inspired these stories was coming from the idea of the kind of stories that we've been told for most of our lives. So yeah, it's great stories for women.
Thank you.
Probably be long-winded.
Hi, my name is Liberty, and I have a question for Colin. How was like your first reaction to having to use a hug as a hand?
It took a bit of getting used to. I remember one of the first episodes I did, I had.
Sorry, my dress was opening. I looked this way and then I saw that my belly was showing and I was like, oh dear, I need to fix that. So I fixed it. Sorry.
Well, we had to climb the beanstalk. I think it was the second episode or something. And it was a stunt where I had to sort of catch the stunt woman who was supposed to be Emma, and I'd forgotten that I had an extra long sort of metal hook in my hand, and I managed to hit her on the head.
Oh my God.
So, not long after that, I quickly had to learn the limitations of having a hook, but it's I've gotten used to it now. My left hand doesn't know what to do with itself. Thanks.
I have a question for you, Emma Swan. I know Captain Hook would never lie to you, but if he were to lie to you again, would you have him walk the plank or sleep at the Jolly Roger?
Such a sweet question. I think really a sincere apology would probably work, but just sleep at the Jolly Roger, I think. Yeah. He might enjoy that too much, though.
You love my boat.
My name is Kiana. I wanted to know, did you guys look forward to the days when you were filming stuff for the Enchanted Forest with the more elaborate costumes and all that stuff, or did you dread them?
Dreaded it when it was raining. When it was the middle of winter. No, I love wearing my costume, so I mean, after 3 seasons of not changing at all, I was ready to change, but then now I kind of miss it. So I was happy to do it. They're always fun.
Yeah, I always enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know, I've always loved dressing up. I've always been a sucker for that. So I always enjoyed like the gowns and the capes. And the capes actually kept me warmer in the cold and the rain. The problem is, once we're in the forest, really your only option to go to the bathroom is a porta potty. So when you're dragging those dresses, well, unless you're a man. For me, it was the only option. So we drag these dresses through the rain. They get wet almost all the way up to your knees, and then all of the forest would stick to the bottom of that dress. So you have to imagine, it's quite a balancing act to try to prop up the dress and all the forest the dress has carried in a porta potty and like manage to do what you gotta do in there. It's a real situation. So minus the bathroom situation, I do love those dresses.
Thanks.
So you gotta give them something, you know?
Good afternoon. I want to thank you both for coming and taking time out of your personal and professional schedules. With Captain Swan, I was wanting to know if y'all would ever consider doing a spin-off or a movie.
I do a movie.
Yeah, I'd do a movie, why not? Are you casting us in a movie?
I do hair for free.
Okay. We're in.
more takes of that same scene, bravo.
Well, I think 6 more takes of the same stunt. And then I danced in it for another 8 hours.
My question is there a particular scene or episode that really touched you emotionally, both for both of you?
The one where she kills me.
He loves when I kill him. And then I bring back life and I kill him again.
That was an emotional.
That was really
it was more
emotional.
that scene was the most emotional scene for me, I think. But yeah, that was probably the most emotional. I mean, you've cried a lot.
I have cried a lot.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna start crying, and then she never stops. I look at the script like, wow, oof, crying again. So always justified. I mean, there's a lot of weird shit that happened to her. I would say in addition to that scene, in the musical, when Emma has her song of sort of, I felt like that was kind of the culmination of her full transformation from the ugly duckling to the swan. And I also already knew at that point that this was sort of the end for me on the show. So, you know, personally and through the character, I felt like that was a really emotional scene to shoot.
Right.
I cried a lot.
Jennifer, I'm Kelsey's mom. She came from Minnesota, the blue hair, and she wanted you to know that you are a good inspiration to her and she loves you very much. And her question is, was it hard to do the spider scene in season 6, episode 16? She is totally paranoid of spiders and she couldn't even watch that episode.
I understand. Spiders are pretty creepy. They used CGI to make that spider. So I had to pretend like the spider was there. They did wrap me in a real thing that looked like the web. That actually happened, which was kind of crazy. I know. I'm not a fan of spiders either. I feel you. I totally understand. But I believe in you. I feel like you're stronger than spiders. I feel like you got it. But yeah, it was okay because they were all present.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name's Nicole, and I was wondering, like, for both of you, what your favorite Starbucks flavor is.
I go for a venti Americano. Tiny drop of cream.
Yeah, my Starbucks tastes involved. I used to do the chai latte, and then I just started to feel like a lot of sugar. And then with Colin around, I just graduated to black coffee and never gone back.
You're welcome.
Hi, my question is for Colin. So you changed your voice, for your speaking voice for Captain Hook is the lower register. So how did you acclimate both the accent change and the lower register when you had to sing in the music?
Yeah, I was very conscious of wanting to do that, to sing like the way Captain Hook would, which is deeper than me. Although I said pretty deep this morning. I finished work at 2 a.m. So
Yeah, you got it.
but yeah, no, I did. I was conscious of wanting to do the song in his sort of register, so I had to sort of figure that out. And we actually, I think we hired the key originally because when they first came on, they didn't know whether we could sing or not. And then we were with the vocal coach, and we sort of told them what we need. So I'm only singing quite high key, but so they had to put it up. But yeah, I had to do it in an accent then.
Okay, you did beautifully.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hi there. I'm curious, looking back to like season 2 or 3, when you realized that Hook and Emma were ahead of fans, was there a moment that you realized that Captain Swan had taken on a life of its own and you were like, what?
Probably the Kiss of Neverland.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, we knew people were we're into it. But also, like, it's weird because when we're shooting so many hours kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and as much as you kind of sort of know little bits and pieces of things through social media, Instagram, here and there, we're just so focused on the work, you know, like doing our jobs and kind of working those crazy hours. And you know, as you get scripts, your job is to figure out how to do what's on the page to the absolute best of your ability. So I don't know that we really had a moment where like, oh my God, this is a thing. It was more just, we were playing out the storyline and it seemed to also be resonating, and that's, I think the writers would tell you from their perspective, that's the ideal situation, is that what their instinct is as writers was also something that people were having such a strong reaction to. So for us, it was more just about trying to do the best we could, as the characters were playing. And I think it's been more over the years, like once we got more into season 5, 6, you know, and now realizing like, oh wow, this is like a thing, you know. I don't know, how else do you put it?
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I was wondering, will Captain Swan be reunited in Hyperion Heights?
Well, Captain Swan are together, Emma and Hook are together in the storybook. So, I don't want to spoil it. Has everyone seen this season or seen it?
Yes.
So, the Captain Hook who's in Hyperion Heights is a completely different Hook, and technically she would be cheating on Hook. With Hook.
But it's Wish Brown Hook, who used to be drunk and fat, who and now looks like Hook, even though he's not Hook. He's Wish Brown Hook.
You know, you can tell the difference because Wish Brown Hook doesn't have my scar. So normally so we decided that, because I have a real scar here, and what we've always you've been looking at my face for 5 years.
You guys put a little red rock there. I thought that was just a makeup thing. But it's so tiny.
It's related to the red mark.
Right, but it's just very subtle.
Anyway, we colored it in, and we decided that for Wish Brown Hook, he wouldn't have that. Maybe that happened in a time that he wasn't around. He was around.
When did Wish Hook start to exist?
Well, technically he's existed for as long as Hook has existed, but in a different parallel universe.
Since the Wish Realm existed?
Yeah, but the Wish Realm has existed for as long as wishes.
Thanks, ABC.
Don't you start on me, don't try to...
I was also wondering, would you guys consider the name Hope if Baby Jones was a girl?
Oh, that's nice, actually.
Really nice.
Hope Jones.
Hope Jones, I love it. I put that forward as my pitch. I like it. Well done.
In the movie,
Oh yeah. Just keep building this movie and then we'll will it into existence.
Thank you. Hi. I was wondering what it was like when you first met. Like, was it funny? Was it just really formal? Just something.
I don't remember meeting you.
I don't remember that. I honestly don't.
Either I feel better now that you don't. I would have felt better than I didn't.
I think it was on the green screen. So I remember talking about social media. That was one of the first times we spoke.
You didn't meet the traveler?
No. Oh, maybe it was like a hello.
Hello, Colin.
No, it wouldn't have been the green screen because the first scene that we shot together was me tied to the tree.
Oh, right.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, before the chimera scene, I remember.
Yeah, it was tied to the tree, so, well, there goes that. I'm wrong, I don't know. We did meet.
We grew on each other.
Although I'm upset that you don't remember.
I would like to play Belle and Little Mermaid. Those were the two that were really like influential, I think, when I was a kid. I liked that Belle read, because I was always a reader. Little Mermaid might be the only musical I know all the words to. Possible.
I'd like to play Piglet.
They bought it.
They bought it. Yeah. You don't say no, it's not when I know that it is. I know it's a book, but yeah.
My name is Alicia, and I was just wondering what you guys think in like White Down one more time, since you guys aren't really on the show together. What do you think like they're doing back in the storybook, and like if Emma has any pregnancy cravings?
Pregnancy cravings? Is that what you said? Sure. She probably really likes, I don't know, like an interesting combination of salty and sweet would be my guess. I haven't seen the eyebrow in a long time. Like, I don't know, chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream and bacon? Ice cream? I don't know. I've never had bacon.
What did they up to?
A lot of fun things, since they're not saving everyone from monsters, like, baths and walks, Netflix. What do you think?
Yeah. Yes.
Hi, my name's Teddy, and my question's for Colin. Who do you think you have the best romance with in the show?
Who do I have the best romance with? Currently or sorry?
Overall.
I'll have to say Sean, because he'll get upset with me if I don't.
Your romance with Josh was pretty epic too.
I have a good romance with Josh. I've got a good romance going with Andy at the minute. He's the flavour of the month. I have a good romance with her. She walked away, she doesn't want to listen anymore. I have a good romance with Bobby. All around popular guy, I guess.
Men love to romance you.
As for you two, being actors in the industry, what do you think is the most important thing or piece of advice to know?
I would say to keep really good people around you and stay close to your family and your friends and just keep perspective on things. I think it can get a little bit crazy out there, and a lot of different voices and a lot of different things coming at you, and you, in order to stay grounded and stay yourself, you have to stay surrounded by good people who are always going to be honest with you.
I agree. I agree.
Well said.
I feel like I'm just generally funny.
How is that? All right, let's go for one last. We got one last one. We'll get you up there. I want you to be this out.
A lot of pressure. I think it's a good one. So late in season 3, there's this scene where Hook and Emma get sent back to the Enchanted Forest. Hook is running down a passageway to save Emma, but she escapes before he can save her, and her line is, "Sorry, the only one who saves me is me." I have a tattoo of that line, because it's my favorite line of the entire series. So I was wondering if you have any favorite lines throughout the series that you said.
I always really liked that line. I've had a lot of sort of great lines along those lines. I think it was like episode 3 of the first season where he says, sometimes you have to stand up for who you are, and just come back and say, "This is who I am." I think that was those kind of things were really the core of who she was, and every time there was a chance to kind of have dialogue like that, I definitely personally really responded to it.
I always like if I jab you with my sword, feel it.
Fair enough.
Thank you. All right, thanks, Colin.